Welcome, Rep Tarnas.
Hi, got in session.
Hey, Jim.
Hello. I'm getting signed in here.
Oops, I lost my
Uh,
screen there.
Gene, I'm going to make you a co-host, and saw Darren. There you go. Oh, there we go.
Big turnout.
Yeah, you're a draw, Dick. This is awesome.
You say so.
Yeah, definitely. Welcome, everyone. We're going to take a couple minutes just to let a few more folks filter in, and then we'll start.
Yeah, Dick, we're seeing your presentation mode for some reason now.
Oh, yeah. Switched.
What is that?
So, yeah.
There we go.
Is that better?
Yep.
Okay. Fixed it on my end as well.
Give me just one more minute. Gene, do you want to do introduction? Want me to do it?
Yeah, you can go ahead, Kai. Thank you.
Oh, okay. Okay, give me 1 second here. All right. Okay. Hello, everybody. I'm Kai Fox, Aquaculture Extension Specialist with Hawaiʻi Sea Grant, and we have a special edition of our HAC Brown Bag Seminar today. We have Dick Jones, who's president of Hawaii Aquaculture Aquaponics Association. He's going to talk about a new survey instrument they're developing, and um, yeah, we're excited to hear about it. So please take it away, Dick.
Yeah. Hello, Kai, and aloha, everyone. So as Kai shared, my name is Dick Jones. I am with the Hawaii Aquaculture and Aquaponics Association. So we're excited that you've all made the time to join us here today. We're doing two of these sessions, one today and one next Tuesday. They'll be essentially identical sessions sharing a survey that we have been commissioned to do by the Hawaii Department of Agriculture and Biodiversity. So going to share a little bit about where HAAA is at today in our history, what we're doing, and a little bit about the survey moving forward. So thank you so much. So, HAAA is a collective voice for the industry. We've had a 50-year history, deep roots around the islands, and we think that Hawaii has an enormous potential for the future of aquaculture growth. So, we are the only statewide trade association, and we're dedicated to the sector. We bring producers, researchers, educators, investors, and community partners together in a way no single farm or agency can do alone. And especially in Hawaii, where geography, permitting, culture, markets intersect and in really uniquely complex ways. Uh, a strong, trusted industry association is not just helpful, but it's essential. And so HAAA plays that role. Our mission is to foster the development of the commercial aquaculture and aquaponics production within Hawaii. So I took over this role, I guess, mid-year last year. And we developed 3 strategic priorities for the organization moving forward. The first is to strengthen our strategic direction and shore up our organizational structure. So we are in the process of developing a 3-year strategic plan, which the results of the survey that we'll be talking about today will feed into that strategy. We are creating systems for communication, so we are rebuilding our website to update it. We've launched a social media platform, and it's essentially all to be more visible, to raise the visibility and ensure that the aquaculture and aquaponics industry within Hawaii has a unified voice. The second is around fundraising and financial stability. No organization can move forward without kind of that rock of having an underpin of being financially stable. So we are in the process of securing multi-year funding through different philanthropic and developmental sources. We are defining a membership and sponsorship program, and HAAA has gone through kind of ebbs and flows of really strong membership and then a waning. We've been really focused on advocacy in the past, but we really want to be that voice for industry. And so ensuring that we're offering a value proposition. So if you are a member of HAAA, which we hope all of you are today, that you're seeing a value for the funding that you put forward. And it's all in the vein of growing our community. And the third part is programs and partnerships. So prior to COVID, we convened the industry through different groups and conferences, and we were part of different roundtables and really bringing folks together, and that has stopped. And so we're looking, starting later this year, to be a larger convener for the industry so you can network and share your thoughts and opinions and make sure that they're out there so those can be made actionable. So our goal is to ensure that we have one voice and one industry throughout Hawaii. Over the past several months, we've gone through a restructuring of our board of directors. So I think this is probably the first time that many of you will see our new officers and directory. But we're super excited to have Anthony Mao as our new president, Tony Ostrowski as vice president, Dave Anderson secretary, Fred Mencher as treasurer, and Ron Weidenbach, who has been at the helm of HAAA, has become president emeritus. In addition, our other directors, Maria Hawes, Dustin Moss, Dave Cohen, Brenda Lima, and Mika Brodsky. Super exciting to have this group as my boss, who I report to, but moreover, they've got a great breadth of experience to move this industry forward. We still have a few board seats available. So if you are looking to take a stronger leadership role within the Hawaii aquaculture sector, please reach out to any of these folks, but primarily Anthony Mao, and let him know that you're interested, because we'd really like to continue to both diversify the board and also grow our impact through stronger people that join and participate. So we really feel that Hawaii is poised for growth within the aquaculture sector. Hawaii has been growing food from the water for centuries, so it isn't about starting something new. It's about honoring legacy and making sure it thrives in a changing world. And we have world-class research institutions. We've got producers who know how to operate in some of the most challenging conditions anywhere. And we've got a cultural foundation that understands the value of working with the ocean, not against it. And all of the ingredients are here. And so the issue isn't potential, it's really momentum. And that's why now matters. And really, our growth has been flat for a bit now, and probably for too long. And even as global demand for high quality, responsibly produced seafood keeps rising, Hawaii should be leading, not lagging. And so we want to change the dynamic of that. In the last aquaculture census, which was in 2023, it was reported by National Marine Fisheries Service that Hawaii was still at the top, if you count all of the states within the US, but we have been dropping a bit in terms of our overall rank of revenue generated by sales between all of the aquaculture producing states. This chart shows Hawaii's aquaculture sales over the past decade, rising from just under 60 million in 2013 to a peak of nearly 80 million in 2018. We hit our high of just under 90 million in 2022. That is a self-report by the Hawaii Department of Ag and Biosecurity. So that was driven largely by success in specialty areas like microalgae, seed stock, and value-added products. However, the sharp decline to 65 million in 2023 signals real structural challenges, whether from cost pressures that we're all feeling to regulatory delays, shifts with the market and market dynamics, changes in how production is classified and reported. But it's also a reminder that while Hawaii, the sector here can achieve exceptional highs, it remains highly concentrated and vulnerable to fluctuations in just a few key segments within the state. And when we compare this trajectory to national trends, the performance gap becomes even clearer, and highlights where strategic growth can happen. So let's see here. So this chart shows that over the past decade, U.S. aquaculture grew nearly 40% in total sales value, while Hawaii's growth was just 11% and less than 1/3 of that national pace. And despite being home to some of the world-class innovation hubs and a rich aquaculture heritage, Hawaii's industry has not scaled proportionately in production or in its economic output. And the underperformance highlights our persistent challenges, which are those high operational costs of working within Hawaii, that complex permitting environment, and limited infrastructure for commercial expansion. But at the same time, Hawaii's aquaculture value has historically depended on a small number of those specialized sectors like microalgae that may not reflect broad industry health or resilience. And this growing performance gap that underscores the need for targeted investment, for policy reform, and strategic collaboration to unlock Hawaii's future potential as a leader in responsible aquaculture. A good sign that just happened in the past few months. So NOAA released a cooperative institute fostering aquaculture research and markets. The acronym is CFARM. It's a 5-year NOAA-funded institute designed to advance U.S. marine aquaculture and strengthen seafood supply chains. There were multiple different groups that came together, put proposals into NOAA, and we are certainly excited to share that the University of New Hampshire was selected to host and lead the initiative, but University of Hawaii, University of Miami, University of Southern Mississippi, and others are also recipients of the grant. And so that's amazing news for UH. So initially, the funding award is roughly $13.5 million of what is a 3-phase, $300 million commitment by NOAA. The commitment is contingent upon the phase 1 being successful. But the CFARM Award establishes that national network of partners tasked with researching technological innovations, including advanced engineering, AI optimization, and offshore farming systems. It supports coastal communities, so boosting economic growth, domestic food security, and adds to seafood market research. And we're fortunate that we not just have the opportunity to hear from the amazing minds that are right here in the state at UH, but we are also working within this network of partner institutions. Personally, I've done quite a bit of work with both University of Miami and UNH. They're both great institutions, highly focused on the growth of the aquaculture sector. And so we're really excited to see what comes out of the CFARM process over the coming years. So if there are folks on the call that are connected to UH and we're connected to this project, congratulations to you. So a little bit about the survey that HAAA and HDAB are doing and how did we get here. So this survey has been commissioned by the Department of Ag and Biosecurity. And it really was the impetus was the Go Big campaign that the Department of Ag launched in 2023. So it was called Go Big for Agriculture, for terrestrial ag. And it was a framework that they produced a report which went into the HDAB annual report for 2023 and 2024. Go Big stands for Building Economic Resilience, investing in infrastructure, and growing the scale and economic impact of local food production. But what do those words really mean in practice? Well, what came out of it were 3 priorities for this Go Big strategy. One was to invest in agriculture's development, to focus on that rising land and water cost, resolving some of the labor shortages, and looking at workforce development, including the expansion of housing and other ways that we can increase not just the number of people within the workforce, but the quality and durability of their tenure. The second is to grow agriculture scale. So it aimed to expand the operational efficiency of the local farms so they can generate stronger investment returns, increase their self-sufficiency, and really meet that consumer demand. And the third is short and long-term action. So it balances that immediate need that we all have with a systematic vision to navigate industry challenges like biosecurity and national disasters moving forward into the long term. And so Chair Hurd really found this valuable as a roadmap to move the agriculture sector forward and wanted to do the same for aquaculture. And we're super appreciative that she's driving this forward. So those of you that were on a brown bag lunch presentation with me in November of last year, remember this slide, which is here comes another survey. So we knew about this survey coming last year. And so we started to put together all of the questions that we thought that were relevant and helpful in order to help both HDAB and, as an extension of that, HAAA put together a strategic plan to really help with the growth of aquaculture within the state. And what we quickly found out was something that I felt in my gut, but we needed to prove, which was the state and several organizations within the state have done survey after survey after survey. And we weren't quite sure when we put our questions together what happened to the results, how were they made actionable, how were they implemented, and what changed. And so we put a pause on where we were headed, and we took a step back. The first thing that we did was to do essentially a landscape analysis of where, what surveys have been done and what are happening today. What is the status of those surveys, and how did those surveys move the industry forward? That overview document is now available within the public domain. So it is within the Survey Monkey link that I will show you and will be sent out to you probably a dozen times over the next week. The second thing we did was then said, okay, now that we have this information, how can we make our survey a bit different? Target it to very specific audiences, ask questions that maybe haven't been asked before, but really, what do we do with it when it's done? So the board of directors of HAAA has made a conscious decision to take the results of this survey and integrate that into our 3-year strategic plan that we will then put into the public domain. So we're held accountable for those results. And we are committed to work with the state to ensure that we can do everything we can to facilitate the survey and the survey results moving forward. So the survey itself is live as of this morning. This is the link. Don't feel like you have to copy it down. As I shared, this industry is a small one, and most of you are probably on at least 2 or 3, if not a dozen listservs from different organizations, and you've signed up for different newsletters. We are distributing this link to all of those partners that work within the ag and aquaculture sector within the state. And So you'll probably get this link many, many times over the next week. We understand that, and please don't feel the fatigue of just getting the link and decide not to do anything about it. We really need to hear from everyone. And so we're excited to get this launched and hear from you. At the end of the survey, there's a very clear statement that everything that you share is anonymous. However, we would really like to have conversations to follow up with you. One of the big things that we can add as HAAA and as a project team is to ensure that your answers aren't just captured and collated and sent off, that we understand aquaculture, we understand the needs of the state. And if we can have conversations with you, we'll be better prepared to make those actionable. So the project team working on the survey is Gene Schneider and I. I'm sure that one or both of us are very familiar to most folks on the call. The next steps for us, please complete the survey by Friday, July 24th. As I shared, folks on this call will get the survey prior to your July 4th break, but there'll be plenty of opportunities to find and follow the link once it's sent out. We'd really like to have those one-on-one conversations within the next 3 to 4 weeks. So we hope most of you agree to talk story with Gene and I, and we look forward to that. We are also going to convene 2 in-person meetings, essentially learning sessions, one on Hawaii Island at Nelha, and then one on Oahu will happen August 12th and 13th. Those exact dates and times, locations are to be announced, but we're working with different venues to ensure that we have a spot to meet. We'll do those convenings just to share the initial findings of the survey and get some additional feedback, ensuring to make that actionable. And the final report will be submitted to HDAB at the end of August. And so, the difference that we see between this and others, not that all of them have not been super productive, but we really want to make sure that you're feeling valued, that you're feeling like things are happening, and we're making it a great tool for you to move your businesses forward, whether you are a mature company or just starting your endeavor. So while I've got your attention, I did want to highlight a couple of upcoming events. The Agriculture Leadership Foundation of Hawaii is hosting the 2026 Hawaii Ag Conference on the Big Island at Marriott Waikoloa. So that will be coming up in November on the 9th and 10th. So we hope to see you all there. We want to make a strong aquaculture presence. The registration is open. So just Google the Hawaii Agriculture Conference 2026 and sign up. The other event is Aquaculture America 2027, and we are excited to be a co-host organization at HAAA. It will be at Hilton Hawaiian Village on Oahu, February 21st through the 24th. We're working closely with the organizers now to ensure that Hawaii puts its best foot forward. And so we are crafting trips and restaurant eat-arounds around Hawaii and different events that highlight the culture and the importance of Hawaii within the aquaculture community. So this will be the first of two Aquaculture Americas that will be in Hawaii. They've already signed up for one in 2031. So yeah, excited to have them back in the state. The last time they were here was right before COVID in 2020. So we'll be back highlighting the aquaculture within the state with Aquaculture America and co-hosted by HAAA. So I hit my 30 minutes. Thank you so much. And Kai should open it up for questions maybe, or?
Yeah, thanks. Thanks. That was super clear and concise. Thank you for that. And if anyone wasn't paying attention to the chat, Jean posted a link to the survey. I already have it open, so
Wonderful.
I'll get that done today for you guys. Appreciate that. I appreciate the intent of this survey to really validate people. That's awesome. Yeah, let's open it up. Anybody have any questions? Jean, did you want to add anything?
Thanks, Kai and Dick. Yeah, I don't have anything to add. Just, really grateful that Dick and other industry leaders are really going to be guiding this process and really making it actionable. It's very encouraging, and also wanted to recognize our legislators who have joined today, who are longtime supporters of aquaculture. Senator Wakai and Rep. Tarnas, thanks for joining today.
Yeah,
Awesome.
thank you so much. I did, I wasn't able to see anything as I was presenting, so I'm just catching up on the chats now. But Chad Callum has offered to give anyone an update on Sea Farm who wants it. And Jim Wyban, maybe I can give you a chance to share a bit about Germinate's role within the Ag Day and any upcoming other convenings you may have going.
Yeah, great. Thank you, Dick. At the Hawaii Ag Conference at HAAA on the second day, November 10, Germinate will be convening a entrepreneur pitch competition, obviously for people in agriculture and or aquaculture and or food. And sort of to get to the point where you're in the pitch competition at the event, the November 10 event, you have to submit some stuff in advance. That's sort of a pre-screening. And then at the event, we are calling that the finals. But it should be interesting, and there's going to be cash prizes and stuff like that. So that should be kind of cool.
Thank you. Super exciting.
I have another thing to point out too, is that at the WAS conference in February 2027, I'm convening a special session called Shrimp Breeding and Genetics. And I've got so far about 16 committed speakers to that event. It'll be an all-day event, special event, looking at all the aspects of shrimp breeding and genetics. We did that before at the Honolulu conference in 2020. It was a big success. So anybody in this group or in Hawaii that's interested in those subjects should look forward to that. It's going to be an all-day event. I don't know the exact date yet, which day it's going to be on, but it's going to be part of the Honolulu. Thank you.
Thanks, Jim. We actually have a question from Ame. Go ahead.
Thanks for muting me earlier. I forgot my mic was on. Dick, great presentation. And I'm already on your guys' survey on Survey Monkeys. So Looking forward to having a conversation later. I
Awesome.
did want to address to Jim. Is this so? Your guys' competition, is it going to be the replacement for the one in 2024? Like, can I enter again?
Absolutely, you can enter again. We'd love to see you. And it's kind of, kind of the same idea we did at the 2024 one. And the Ag Leadership Foundation, the folks that are actually organizing the conference, are currently putting together the prize money thing. So I don't know what the numbers are for that, whether it's $1 or $10 million. I'm not sure which, but there's going to be some prizes and stuff. Yeah. And there's a whole process which is described on our website, germinatehawaii.com. And love to have you do it. Yeah. It'd be great.
Yeah, I'm now on the Big Island, so I've relocated since
Great.
2024. So a lot of things we gotta talk, Jason, you and I, and catch up on that. But also too, this conference that you were talking about shrimp breeding, genetics, and the whole thing, is that going to be
Yes.
on Honolulu? Is it going to be in Hawaii?
Yeah, I think it's going to be at the convention center is the last thing I saw.
Oh,
I had heard Hilton Hawaiian Village before. I don't know if anybody on the organizing committee knows more about it. One last comment is I think HAAA should really, we should get moving on getting organized for something. I just went to the Singapore conference for WAS. And apparently their finances aren't so great or whatever, but they didn't have a reception. They had this conference and there was no reception, which was heartbreaking to me because that's one of the coolest things. So I think there's an opportunity for HAAA to do something meaningful, put together a reception, a welcoming reception, so people feel the aloha of Hawaii. We have a tremendous international brand, Hawaii Aquaculture, and this WAS conference is an opportunity to pump up that brand some more, and it is good for everybody, building on that brand. So that's a recommendation, Dick, for HAAA is to convene a reception
I think
WAS
Yeah,
conference.
Senator
Thanks,
Wakai
Jim.
has
They,
his.
just
Oh,
so
sorry, go ahead.
folks, just so folks know the acronym WAS that Jim was using. It is the World Aquaculture Society,
Oh,
and they are the organizers that pull together Aquaculture America. It is in different cities every year, and so again, we're excited that it is Honolulu is hosting the event next February. Jim, we have been in touch with the organizers. We put together the steering committee. You're on it. If you did, you're being voluntold. You're on it already. And so yeah, we are making sure that from the arrival and start of the event, people are feeling the aloha and that our culture is represented and so yeah, we've got a lot of things planned. Whether they fit into the budget that the organizers have for us, we'll find out.
Thanks, Dave. Senator Wakai
Aloha,
has a
Senator.
question.
Welcome.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Dick, for your presentation. And thanks for everybody on this call who are ardent supporters of aquaculture. I know over the years, maybe even decades, the State Department of Agriculture has not been super friendly to helping to grow this. I mean, we've done a lot of lip service to say, yes, we think there's potential. But in terms of actual budget requests and bills, the Department of Agriculture continues to provide us zero bills and initiatives to grow this industry. Luckily, you have myself and Representative Tarnas who are actively involved in producing some type of legislation to move this forward. And so I know, Dick, you mentioned that there's going to be a survey out there, but are there things that are out there in front of people right now that Representative Tarnas and I can just start drafting legislation that will gurgle to be requests for 2027?
I mean, the short answer is yes. And I don't think it's anything that you haven't heard from folks within this group, Senator. What we really want to do at HAAA is to take a step back and look at uh, some of the conversations that we can have as driven by this survey that show where people are today, because we've had survey after survey, things have happened, but we really haven't done what you just requested from us, which is make them actionable. And so within the next couple of months, HAAA will be coming to you, Representative Tarnas, ensuring that you clearly understand what the aquaculture sector needs to move forward. And hopefully we can craft some legislation that helps us within the next session and moving forward to grow the industry. We have such a massive potential here, not just from an economic driver perspective, but from food security, from creation of jobs, and it just isn't moving forward. I've been in the fish business 42 years. I don't understand why, but we are driving to ensure that you have everything you need to be a great steward for the aquaculture industry and drive it home.
Okay, sure. I mean, this past legislative session, I introduced, I think, three aquaculture bills. One actually was signed into law regarding permitting, moving things from the animal quarantine section to
Mhm.
under Todd Lowe. But that was such a tiny, small win. And in addition to legislative initiatives that this group comes up with, I mean, we can already be working with DLNR for their rules. I mean, a lot of it has to do with just not even statutory restrictions, but having DLNR kind of embrace the idea of offshore ocean leases, if it's onshore, like even fish ponds and what have you. So I just want to throw that out to the group as well. That's not all statutory changes. We can just quickly, well, as quickly as the rules allow, for DLNR to embrace all the good things that this group is doing.
Thank you. And I know we mention your name often as an amazing supporter of the aquaculture community here in the state. So just know that we appreciate everything you do, and we certainly will come to you with some clear, actionable steps to move it forward.
Okay, happy to be supportive. Aloha.
Thank you.
Great. Any other questions for Dick? Like we said at the beginning, there'll be an identical one next week of this talk. We also are recording this, obviously, and so we'll have this up on our website shortly. But yeah, open it up one more time. Anybody have any final thoughts? Any final questions?
Yeah,
Go ahead.
like Kai, want to just thank Dick very much for that presentation and for all of the HAA AAA folks. The question was actually to Doreen from HTDC. And Doreen, I wonder if you wanted to just speak to this group a little bit and just give a thumbnail sketch of the work you've been doing in prioritizing the blue economy as a priority for HTDC. I think that would be helpful for everybody on this group to understand. Putting you
Yeah,
on the spot,
sure.
Doreen.
I'm sorry, I'm
Thanks.
not on camera because I'm on my phone. But yeah, just thank you so much for organizing this, and just wanted to share that over this past year. And for some of you who may not know me, my name is Doreen Wah. I also go by Dory. My background's been in the blue economy and more broadly in the tech and innovation and finance space for the last 14 years. But what we've been working on with HEDC, which is a quasi-state agency under DBED, is helping with the economic development in technology and innovation. And this past year, we identified a couple of areas to focus on, one of which is oceans, so thinking about the sustainable blue economy. And so over this past year, we've been working on a strategy for the next 5 years and how can we help provide enabling support in tech and innovation to these different key areas in the blue economy. This is based on the fact that over the last probably like 20 years or so, we've had all these emerging ocean clusters that are across the world. And this is not new. We actually already had something started back in the 1970s, early 1980s. But we really wanted to reinvigorate the energy that was built to help support this. And so Senator Wakai has been very grateful to help introduce this bill called SB 2907, which focuses on recognizing Hawaii as an ocean cluster. So demonstrating the fact that we have this economic potential, but also the importance of putting some additional energy and intention around this work so that we can help grow and build this innovative and thriving ocean innovation cluster. So we are currently right now, actually, we have built this HAAA, probably about, I would say like 40 active members. So we've engaged with over 80 different organizations across the state. We've identified kind of some few key areas to focus on over the next years to prioritize on looking at like maritime to blue foods, which is very relevant to this group, and coastal resiliency. And so, yeah, would love to have all of you involved and also find ways of synergies. And so we're here to help support this group as well as the other initiatives that are happening around the state to help build this kind of systems level approach. But yeah, it's that, Neil, does that cover what you were kind of asking for?
Yeah. Thanks very much, Dory. Yeah, I'm really excited about this, and about the potential for this confluence of HTDC's initiatives and the reinvigoration of HAAA. I'm really pleased to see it happening. I think the time is right. Thank you very much for that distillation. As the Blue Economy Initiative moves forward with HTDC, Dory, perhaps you might want to come back and speak to this group about the blue foods focus and how you see that unfolding. Thank you very much for that overview, though. Appreciate it.
And just Dory, if people do want to be involved and get engaged, how do they do that?
Yeah, let me just drop in the email. And what we've been doing
Perfect.
is virtual meetings on a monthly basis, but we're trying to do once a quarter, have in-person meeting. Most of the time, I've been on Oahu, but we have done some like kind of ad hoc opportunities on Kona.
Awesome. Thanks, Dory. Thanks. Did you want to say something else, Dick? Sorry, I cut you off.
Nope.
Okay.
I'm good.
All right. Well, yeah, thank you all for this discussion. And next week, Tuesday, same time, same place, same Zoom link. We'll do this again. And appreciate everyone's attention, and aloha. Have a great day.
Thank you all.